Day number 8, we're off and running. Here we go. Remember, share your hype music, share your focus music. Also, give us a little bit of feedback on what people have said on your change, they have seen, the change, the aura, everything about you. Drop it in there. Let's hear what they say. Specifically, if your kids have said anything really cool, that would be fantastic. Okay, so day number 8 through 10. Day number 8 through 10 is about habits. So we're going to pick one habit from now on, right? We're still in the 30 for 30, right? We're still doing that. We've identified everything to get at this place. Now we're going to really put into practice habit formation. And why habit formation? Well, here's something really cool about building habits. Habits are the body's and the brain's way to get us to move into action and forward. So, neurologically speaking, your RAS, right, your reticular activated system thrives on habits, that thrives on some kind of structure. They absolutely do. It's scientifically proven. Children, right, they excel or thrive in a structured environment. Not talking about school, I'm talking about a home life when there is structure, when they know when certain things are, right? Homework needs to be done, chores need to be done, room needs to be picked up, grades need to be at a certain level, right? And then when they know that these AKA structure points are met, the opportunities for them to grow and to learn as a child becomes exponentially greater, right? We call them, hey, privileges, whatever it may be. You have to get back into that space of developing a habit. So let's pick some habits. You pick a habit. What could that habit be? One thing I would recommend is we now need to start to elevate our mindset and understand how we're elevating to where we are today. So this book here is called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It is one of the top 10 books that I recommend, right? I'll put a link in here for not only this book, but all 10, or I think about 12 books actually, books that I recommend that you start reading right from the get-go. Now, this book is going to dive deep into a concept, which is what I like to call upper limiting, okay? What this upper limit is our brain is designed to do 3 things: fight, flight, or freeze. The top 2 things that it will do when it goes into an area of unknown or in traveling down a road that's never been traveled before, specifically by you, by me, is it will either freeze or it will flight, run away. Run. This is uncomfortable. I do not want to go this route. That is what our brain is conditioned to do. Those 2 major points, whether it's the flight or the freeze. Freeze meaning wait, time out. Have we thought this thing through? Have we analyzed everything? Have we PowerPointed? Have we Excel'd it out? Have we studied the crap out of it? Have we done everything to this point to make sure that we are not going to die? Our brain is keep us alive. That's what it does. That's why we breathe without thinking about it. That's why our heart pumps without thinking about it. Us thinking about it. Could you imagine having to think, I gotta breathe. Okay, gotta breathe. Okay, that'd be exhausting. Our brain does that for us. So now what we have to do is we have to recondition our brain to do the one thing it doesn't like to do, which is fight. And what is that fight? What is that process like? What is that? It is to go into the realm of unknown. At the beginning of this, you heard me talk a lot about the plan is to get comfortable living in uncomfortability. That is the goal, is to develop the process of getting the RAS, the reticular activated system, elevated, joyful, freaking out when we do something new and unnatural to what we have known for such a long time. So now what we're going to do is we are going to change the molecular structure of our brain and our thought process. We are now going to say, I'm going to fight. I'm going to live in a space of uncomfortability. I'm going to be comfortable with this. I know that I won't die. I know that I'm not going to blow up, or disintegrate, melt away, or any of that. I know that if someone pours water on me, I'm not going to melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. Here's something for you. My daughter, very good at singing. Phenomenal. She's got a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. There was a play when she was in 7th grade that everybody was trying out for. She just wanted to do the props, or she just wanted to be the tech. But her voice was amazing. And she had said, I wanted to do this. She's like, I just want to do this part. I don't want to sing. I don't want to be any characters or anything. I knew, though, that was her brain protecting her. I knew that it was either the fight or the freeze mentality. So what happened was, I sat her down, I said, listen, here's what we're going to do. You are going to try out for a singing part. She's like, no, go, listen to me. You're going to try out for a singing part. And you're going to go in there and sing the best that you can sing. Because what I don't want to have happen is I don't want the production to happen. And at the end of the play, I don't want you to look back and go, I wish I would have just tried out. I wish I would have just tried it. I wish that I would have put some effort into it. That's not what I want. So you're going to try out. You're going to go sing, right? And you're going to do the best that you can. But I'm scared. I'm like, great, good. I'm glad you're scared. I'm glad that you're nervous. I would be more nervous if you weren't nervous. So what happened, comes along, we sign her up, and she, I forced her hand into it. She was like, I don't want to do it. I'm blah, all the blah, 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 right? I'm like, nope, we're going. I said, I will drive you there myself and sit down in the audience and watch you and make sure that you sing. And if you don't sing properly, meaning that if you don't really put your all into it, then I'm going to tell the people that were listening, I'm watching, and say, no, she needs to sing again because she did not put in her effort. Now, some of you may be like, well, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah. That's fine. You raise your kids how you want to raise them. I'm going to raise them how I raised them. What happened, though, she sang. I didn't have to. She went there after school. She went and sang. Phenomenal. She got a call back the same day. Boom. Sang again. Phenomenal. They were like, all right, we're going to post it. Then they brought her back to sing 2 more times. 2 more times. What happened is she did so well and sang with such great passion and poise. She became the lead role in all of it. She absolutely crushed it. She has people still today that will see her and say, hey, you played this character in that musical, right? I'm like, yeah, I absolutely loved you. I absolutely thought it was amazing. There are kids that will still know her by what her stage name was in this play. She needed someone to push her into that greatness. Pull her, grab her, say, I've laid the foundation. I'm pulling you in. That is what you are doing. You are developing this habit. I am telling you, you need to push yourself into this space. You need to push yourself forward. You guys are getting emails from me. You're getting messages from me. You need to follow them and watch them and read them. It's me pushing you out of your space of comfortability and getting into this uncomfortable space. Because when you live in this space of uncomfortability, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You will watch. Your brain will start to salivate your mouth, your glands, because you start to do things hard. It will start to say, we're ready for this. We're ready for the new challenge. We're ready to grow. That's what we want, and that's what you need. You need somebody to take their foot and shove it straight up the backside and say, get going. No more negative thoughts. Positive only. You're going to develop a habit. We're going to stick to this habit. You're going to grow and build this habit. Day 8, 9, and 10, we're going to develop this habit. What is the habit? It's a great question. Reading a book is a great habit to start. I don't care. Listen, here's how I read. I listen to it on Audible. I buy the hardcover so I can follow along, and I plug it in my ears. So when I'm listening, I'm reading and going through. That's the best way for me to read. But I'm intentional with the reading. I don't mark it up. I'll talk day 9 about how I read intentionally. Let's find the habit. What is the habit that you want to develop? DM me, right? Put it out in the space. Ask other people what are the habits that they have done. What have they have created? Maybe it's going to the gym. Maybe it's eating better. Maybe it's you stop smoking, or you don't drink nearly as much, or you stop vaping as much. Maybe the habit that you're developing is every time you start the day, you started off with a positive thought. 3 things you're grateful for and 3 things you want to work on. That is a great habit to start. 3 things you're grateful for every single morning. 3 things that you're going to work on today. That's what you should focus on. That is a great habit to start. So this is what the challenge is. How do you feel working on the habit? What challenges do you think you're going to face? And then you're going to crush it. The affirmation is, I am capable of change one step at a time. One step. It's cliche, right? The road to 1,000 steps starts with one. This is where it's at. You are capable of the change one step at a time. I love you, boys.